for Twitch to load.
Go for it.
I did an interview with Ambrosia Orchard here recently.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Do you know
That'd
them?
be a cool one. Actually, I don't, but I think this is the right place. Isn't that right off 27?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's only like 10 minutes away from Ossian. 15 minutes away from Ossian.
My stepmom, her friend owns it. I think she used to be
Blanca?
a teacher. She used to be a teacher, maybe? Or was it? She used to own a boutique in Bluffton.
I'll ask her when I meet.
But I
back
do
up
know
with her.
this. I know someone that knows that woman. She used to own something.
All right.
What's the link? I'm gonna shoot this to the guys.
If they just search Blue Collar Booze on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
Otherwise, I don't know.
Oh, my voice doesn't crack like a 12-year-old boy.
It's all right.
That happens. When I talk too much, it gets going.
So I'll do. Anyways. So what's up, guys? I'm glad that you guys came here today because today we got the man himself, Quinn Kumfer.
It's cute. I appreciate it.
From Treeboy Productions.
That's right.
Which I will let you go all into. But yeah, no, thanks for coming. It'll be fun. I'm kind of excited because this is the first, we don't hang out on the regular, so
That's
you're
right.
the first actual guest. So
I'll take it.
Yeah, no. So what you been up to, man?
Busy. Super busy in a good way.
Yeah.
You never complain about being busy when it's making you money. So at least that's what I've learned, considering, I've only been in business for now 10 months.
Yeah. Good 10 months?
First few months, let me tell you, were not good.
Grind.
Oh, yeah. It's a grind because the premise behind my business is creating an advertisement that's not an advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a place like Wells County, which, rural farmland America, it's populated with family businesses that have been owned by the same group of people for anywhere between 20, 50, sometimes 100 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're so used to doing it their way, like a set way, that whenever you bring something kind of new, no matter what it is, they don't like it. And it's kind of scary to them, and instantly they're dismissive of it. So
Were they that way towards your company or just social media as
both.
a platform?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have the flashiest last name, and in a community like this, that's a big part of it, right? You have to already be well known in the community, and if you want to start something or be someone here, right, or be semi-successful, or at least that certainly makes it a lot easier. And wasn't the case. So I didn't really have a pre-existing audience or anything like that, and I was like, well, screw it, I might as well try something.
Mm-hmm.
So the first few months were pretty tough, but thankfully I got it figured out, and we're rolling now. We're up and rolling now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a interesting ride.
Good. What's up, Cassia Live? So as it is a live session, so I will be engaging with the people that are.
I like it. What's up, Cassia? Cassia Live glasses.
Crap, Cass is alive. I kept saying it wrong.
Cass
last
is
time.
alive.
We figured
That's
it
good.
out last time that that's from. He's a I am just me. Yeah. He's a guy from Finland. He's about our only fan.
That's whatever. that's really impressive. We have an international audience. Really.
One.
Hey, you gotta spin it the right way. That's all. That's what I've learned in my business. You gotta learn how to spin it.
So just to introduce you to the craft beer side of things and tie it in a little bit, he's not a craft beer guy.
No, not in the least. Not in the least.
So I picked up some, just a 6-pack of variety, different stuff from local breweries. It's by no means like a starter pack, so for all you snobs out there, I know that I shouldn't be introducing some of these beers to him, but...
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Is that going to help me or defer?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
It's just casual conversation
Good.
at this point.
Casual. I want to keep it casual. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm a little boy. You know how long it took to grow this mustache? And it still looks like crap.
It's a nice looking mustache, man.
I'll take it.
So this guy here is a Summer Days Wheat from Matt Anthony's, Fort Wayne's longest brewery. If you're in town, check them out, if nothing for the nostalgic value. They've been around for a long time, so kind kind of started the craft beer craze here in Fort Wayne.
Is this one mine?
Yep.
This one is cute. Oh my goodness.
God, what am I
Making
doing?
a mess over here. We haven't even had a drink yet.
You
Hook
want,
me up.
like, I won't pour the whole thing.
Go for it.
You ready to dive in?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to roll, baby.
I'm always nervous about having guests on because, like what I don't know. Like, drinking. Are you ready to? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you prepared?
That's yeah. You gotta be careful with that, especially with craft beers. I notice I don't dip into craft beers, but I at least know it somewhat. I like 5% of what they're about. What I do know is that alcohol percentage is usually a lot higher.
A little bit higher than you're used to. I
So
think.
yeah, maybe I should be a little more careful.
Oh, this one's pretty tame.
Nice hints of
It's only 5
summer days.
5 points. Nice hints of summer and 30-degree weather. It's not too bad.
Sure, that's
either
delicious.
direction. Yeah.
That's refreshing.
There you go. Matt Anthony's, +1 for you.
Yeah, seriously. My goodness. Matt Anthony's. A proud spot. Just kidding.
No.
I wish.
So, I mean, gosh dang it. So my memory's bad. You know this, guys.
It's all good. This feels so classy. Look at this. What is this called? What is this?
I think that's technically called a snifter. Snifter.
This is a PG stream, buddy. You better watch what you're saying around here.
No, it's just made for glasses, heavy on the aroma. So that's not exactly the use case, but whatever. We'll go with it. It looks cool.
I'll take it. It does look cool, so I feel like royalty. It's quite nice, really.
So, yeah, take me through a little bit of your process in.
It can be. You're the audience.
Cass is it's R-rated whenever you're around.
I like that.
We'll up it, or as the night goes on, it becomes more R-rated.
Yeah,
so.
I know. We're on like sip number 2 of 200 that we're about to embark on. So,
But no, just take me through your decision-making process. What made you want to start Treeboy Productions?
well, that's a long story, so I'll try to give you the short version. I studied psychology in college.
Okay.
I'm not going to go too far into that, but it is important. I studied psychology in college and came back home to Fort Wayne, and I worked with kids for a short time, and I realized that the growing trend is much more medication over rehabilitation. You know, it's a really sad sight to see, 7-year-old kids forming chemical dependencies on, stuff like Prozac knockoffs, so antidepressants and stimulants and stuff like that, and they just turn them into zombies. So I got out of that, and I was like, well, the only other thing I'm good at is sales. So bounced around a few different sales jobs and decided to calm down a little bit and try to stay a little more local, because all these different companies that you work for in a sales environment, the company is not really at fault when you're trying to sell something in a small town. It's much more the representatives of me, right? So I sold water at one point, and water is the least sexy thing you can possibly sell on the face of the planet. I don't care what you say. Let's just say, for example, I sold like a bad water unit. Mm-hmm. It's like a huge reputable company here in Wells County. Let's say that water unit took a crap.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to blame here? The company's to blame. They're the one that
it's the one that
pushed
sold it
pushed the crappy water unit on them after brainwashing me and telling me that it was a great thing. But is the family that owns the business going to see it that way? No, absolutely not. I'm the one at fault because I'm the face, right? Mm-hmm. And I just got so sick of being the face of it, taking on all the responsibility, and getting like 20% of the reward.
Yeah.
Right? And once again, water is not a sexy thing to sell. So I wasn't having any fun doing it either. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to try doing something that I know somewhat how to do, And this was right around the time that my daughter was born. I was like, well, if I don't try it now, I'm never going to try it, right? Because we're just going to get more and more comfortable and become more and more dependent on our pre-existing paycheck.
That was my line of thought. Like,
yeah. And the more we go, the more comfortable we are, and we won't experiment with something weird and crazy like Treeboy Productions. But I was like, hey, screw it. Let's just at least give it a shot. So I went around to a bunch of different businesses here in town, in Austin, and I offered to shoot a free video for them. And I probably went to 10 different businesses, and 5 of them got back to me, and only 3 of them agreed to be in the video. A free video. That's how scary like this whole social media thing is. Trying to give them something that's free, and they still were hesitant, like, I don't know. It's not really my thing.
Was that the platform, or I guess the same question?
Both.
Were they just not sure about you, or like platform?
It was probably more about me, because like I mentioned before, not really all that well known, anything like that. I lived in Wisconsin for a few years before, and I lived in Fort Wayne, so it's not like I even had a chance really to get myself built up in the community at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was like, screw it, might as well try it. And that video exploded. I kind of put the angle on it as like a shop local sort of thing, and highlighted a few different businesses here in town, and it really took off. And then I had something that I could use as like a proof of concept and show other businesses saying, hey, I made this for them. Let me make something for you. And I was still practically like giving it away.
Yeah.
But at least I was finally getting paid, right? Yeah, that was big. So yeah, I guess it's just kind of taken off from there. Did I even answer your question? I don't even remember what your question was.
It was, what made you want to start Treeboy? So yeah, I mean,
kind of. I guess. Yeah.
You wanted to take the leap while you still could.
Yeah. God, I wish I would have said that instead of like 18 paragraphs, but we're rolling.
No. I like it.
I'm used to giving like the long form speech because people always ask. It's usually during like a pitch or something.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to hook them and then reel it in, but whatever.
What's up, Poser Punk? We haven't seen you in a while. It's good to have you on. Thanks for joining.
What's up, Poser Punk? God, that's a great name.
I know. He's a Ohio guy.
He is.
Ohio State guy, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yikes.
That's all right, bud.
Come on, Poser. We need
you didn't miss. It was the most pointless session ever with Cole and Dakota. You didn't miss much.
Yikes.
But just again, bad memory. It's probably horrible.
Louch life.
Etiquette.
What's going on, Louch life? That's what we like to see. There's sparks, baby. I don't know what sparks are.
I don't know either.
Sparks,
thank you.
Baby. That's what we like to see, Louch. I like that. Graduated from the University of Utah. Huh.
Yep.
All right, what else you got for me?
So,
should I slam this and then move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Drink? Is it like in bad taste to slam something that's so tasty and delicate?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Every beer can be slammed. I don't care who tells you differently. Unless it's over $100. If it's over $100, I would avoid slamming.
There's over $100 beers? Like a lot of them? Is that a market that I should know about?
Well, it depends on what you're dabbling in. So, firsthand, meaning you show up at the brewery, it's almost never over $100. It's probably $40, $50 beer. Secondhand market, meaning the resale, yeah, hundreds, if not thousands.
Thousands. So I'm guessing this is like limited releases and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. It's not your everyday beer.
$60K.
I don't know what.
Where's the other $59.9?
Do you know him?
Ouch. No, I have no clue.
Okay, I thought you.
No clue.
I thought it was one of your friends.
That's my guy.
Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Guy.
I'm gonna have to research what those actually are.
That's on Mixer, right?
Yeah.
Ouch, you're on Mixer. I don't know what that translates to, but that's what's up. Appreciate you, Ouch. If I'm saying that right. Is that French? Is it louche?
Louche.
Le louche?
There you go. You can have the rest. Just kidding.
How generous. Oh my goodness. Just kidding. He said psych. He said you can have the rest. Not psych. So, the disrespect, man. I'm a guest. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
So you already went into it a little bit about what you were doing beforehand. So you were just jumping around from sales job to sales job?
Yeah. I think the longest I would stay in like a sales gig was probably like 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would make all the money I could and kind of tap out all the all the businesses I had good relationships with, and I jump on to the next thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did before. Didn't really have any like formal video training or anything like that. It was all just like self-taught, which is pretty apparent, even in my, even in some of my more recent published stuff. It's like done like little minor errors, and it's like
you never see those until you're in the edit room, and then it's
you never see those until it's already sent off to the customer.
Oh,
and then they don't notice it. Like they don't know what to look for half the time.
Yeah,
and they publish it, and it's like, thousands of people have now seen this. And I'm sure that quite a few of those people have some sort of video background.
Picked it out.
Yeah, it is what it is. Though. You just got to roll the punches and move on to the next one.
For sure. So, I mean, I don't want to be too generic with it, but I'm just curious. Starting your video production company, what kind of things were you running into when pitching people? I mean, just a lot of hesitancy, or?
Yeah, so a lot of what we talked about before, a lot of the fear of the unknown, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the new scary thing that they never needed before, so why do they need it now, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's also a lot of the entrepreneurial, I guess, stability, entrepreneurial, like basics, entrepreneurs 101, stuff like that. It's like, how do you file certain tax forms? How do you do this? How do you make sure that you're legal when you're doing this? How do you create a media release form for people that want to be in your video so they can't sue you 10 years down the line when you actually have some money?
Speaking of, Quinn.
Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute. I never signed a release form for this shit. This is ridiculous. No, it's, there's just a bunch of like dumb little things, and when you do something that's artistic in any way, and really not even artistic, when you do anything that's service-based, there's a lot of production that goes into anything that you do. So there's a lot that you have to plan around. Mm-hmm. Like just like the dumbest little thing can happen to you, and it's like crashes everything, right? It's like you'll forget a memory card at home, or you have 5 memory cards in a pack sitting in your car. Yeah. You'd be like, no problem. This memory card failed. Let me just go grab the other one. Well, I took that pack out of my car and left it at my house. Now I'm hosed, right? So now I got to think on the fly and go drive somewhere and buy another card if something's close. Just like a bunch of dumb little rookie mistakes. That's what I kept running into. But you learn from them, and then you just roll with punches, like I mentioned. Poser, Treeboy Productions is my quote-unquote company. Feel free to check us out online, treeboyproductions.com. Buy your merch there. It's this nice little hat. See that? Isn't that cute? It's called Minimalist, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
It's called I don't know how to design things that aren't on
so
a video.
So just put text on a...
That's what I was telling people, too. They're like, oh, I love the design. It's so minimalist. I'm like, yes, it is. That's what I was going for. You nailed it. Look at that.
And that's a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Transition. Not to toot your horn or anything, but watching some of your earlier content, it was a kind of an inspiration for this kind of segment, just because seeing someone our age going out there and hustling and doing what they do, I just thought that was super awesome, and that's one of the main reasons I want to have you on the show, is because you just going out there and doing that, it was a big inspiration for me to do it. So
I've tried to launch like a million things off the ground, and 80% of them fail like spectacularly. And the bad thing is, whenever you do anything in today's, I'm gonna meme that address out to the space. I like that. I don't know what that means, but I'm with you, dog.
That website.
Hey, cool. Let her fly, bud. Let her fly. It's like backed. Oh no, I don't know what that means either. But whenever you do something online, like if you fail, everyone knows that you failed, right? Mm-hmm. So if you fail like back to back, you just become a failure, right? Unless you're consistently putting out stuff like 24/7, you just become a failure. So it's tough, and that'll kind of keep you. That kind of held me back. Like your earlier question, like starting as well. It's like, if I'm gonna do this, I need to commit 110% to it, because I've launched so many tiny little side projects that ended up crashing and burning. That's like, I'm gonna keep getting this this like stigma of failure if I don't get something rolling here. You know what I mean? So the whole population of You're gonna crash my site, dog. It's on Wix. Hold on. I don't know if they got the bandwidth for you. 10 people. That might be a record. Oh my goodness.
There's an ongoing joke that me and Cole do that over here we're gonna be like McDonald's workers, but then we go over there and we're gonna be like One Direction at Finland, just.
Well, I'm not singing.
Luke.
No, not singing. Even though I like the mic.
Well,
not really happening.
I mean, we got the mic. We can test her.
No, we're not. I'll tell you that. You can. I'll be hiding under the table or something. That ain't for me, dog. You'd be like, "What's a Hoosier?" I don't blame you.
No, I don't even know what a Hoosier is, other than a term for Indiana. I don't know where it came from
either. I feel like I had read something about it earlier, and I can't remember what the heck it was. It wasn't anything like cool. I think it was just something super basic.
Yeah.
It's not like a Hoosier rode into battle and saved 100 people or anything.
I actually read that a Hoosier in other states, like out west particularly, is an insult.
Yikes. I'll take it.
But then you get closer to the Midwest, and it's an Indiana thing.
I don't care. I'm here for it.
It's slang for an Indiana resident.
Yeah, I'm here for it. No big deal. Doesn't bother me at all.
Whatever. So, next question. As far as Wells County specifically, and that's where you operate, right?
Yeah.
For the most part?
Yeah, I've got some stuff. It's been in use since the 1840s. Represent. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I've got some stuff going on in our neighboring counties in Adams and Huntington County, but I try not to. I'm the kind of guy that doesn't get excited for Florida until he physically sees palm trees. Yeah. Right? Because so often I'll get hyped for something that one person will tell me, and then guess what? It crashes and burns. And it's like, now I'm depressed. Yeah. So I try to shield myself. So and it's some really cool stuff that's going on both sides of us, but I don't want to get too far into it yet. Just in case it crashes and burns spectacularly, which tends to happen. So
just ongoing projects like what you got going on right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
How have they? So you're out there, you're networking, you're trying to talk to people. Mm-hmm. You did all those free videos, those free gigs. How are people starting to receive you? Are you, I don't want to say getting noticed, but do people recognize what you're doing now?
Yeah. So. And this is still very, very small scale. It's Wells County, right? It's, who knows, population 15, 20,000. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But there is like a huge difference in how it's received now, because now I have such a large audience. Mm-hmm. I haven't been doing a whole lot of public videos recently. I've been getting contracted to do like internal videos, like sales videos, training videos, stuff like that. So I've had some people reach out and be like, what happened? Where's that? What's going on, man? And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot more like larger scale commercial projects. And
it's kind of nice to see, though, just tangent. Like, people are expectant of you being out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is cool. Thankfully, I am out there enough still. I'm always, since day one, I've been huge in the community, like going to different events and introducing myself and trying to stay in front of people as often as possible. Because if I can't do it digitally with the projects that I'm working on, then I need to do it physically. And I try to do both, right? So I try to stay in front of people as much as I can. I go to pretty much every public event that I see online. I'm like, well, shit, gotta go.
Yeah.
gotta go. Bring a stack of cards, gotta go. Yeah, so, it's a huge difference. Like I said, no one was listening to me at first, but now I can get a meeting with just about anyone. It's pretty cool to walk into a place and instantly people are like, hey, I saw your video doing this, and this. Did you know that so-and-so in the video is related to me? I love the video. It's like, that's super cool. I love it. I mean, it is cool. Like, sometimes you'll create something where you genuinely make someone's day, but then more importantly, you'll create kind of like a platform around it. So, for example, I shot a video for Heidi Motors, which is a car dealership locally by us. And a friend of mine worked there. His name's Brooks. And Brooks and I are in the same networking group. And Brooks told his story one time to me, and it was just so inspiring. he went from literally scrubbing toilets and mopping the floors to being one of the highest producing salesmen
I think I saw that
at the company. I was like, dude, that's a killer story.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story. And I reached out to Heidi Motors and I was like, hey, this would make an incredible video. I know it's not like the typical on the nose marketing that you're used to, where it's basic TV commercials and shoving $1,000 off MSRP down your throat or whatever. Because that's what people are used to,
The only one I
right?
think of is Fred Grody.
Well, no one wants to think funny.
No.
It's effective though. Whatever, it works.
Yeah.
So I pitched them on that. And they didn't want to do it, so I pitched them on it again. Didn't want to do it. They pitched them on it last time. I said, "Fine, whatever, just get out." And I made the video for them, and it absolutely exploded. They said that they've generated 10 times the amount of sales from that video than they've gotten from any of their TV commercials in the last 2 years.
And I think it's a recent innovation within companies, but they don't realize how much personal connections mean
Right.
to sales. And not just short-term sales,
Yeah.
but long-term repeat sales.
Yeah, and that's really the goal. See, what you want to do in a perfect world is create like this bridge of familiarity between you and the product that you're going to buy, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Gatlinburg before?
Yes.
Okay. This is, dude, my business started exploding as soon as I started using this scenario. So pay attention, people. I'm going to throw you a fucking softball here. So, in Gatlinburg, on the main drag downtown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Picture it in your mind, other Gatlinburg folk around here. There's, on both sides of the street, there's all these different like neon flashing signs. Like, it's a huge tourist trap. Picture any tourist trap city in America, and it looks like this, right? But without fail, there's always this massive crowd around this one store, and everyone's kind of huddled around this big window. And on the other side of the window is a machine. What it's doing is spinning and pulling apart and creating taffy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no flashy signs, no people spinning around outside trying to get your attention. All they're showing you is what they make and the process of how it's made. And then they leave it to you to decide whether or not they want to go inside and buy that product. And people instantly do. Because as soon as they walk into the door, they have like that familiarity with the product, like I mentioned, right?
Mm.
And then they feel like they decided to go in and buy it. And from my quote-unquote psychological background in college, that always kind of struck me as, hey, that's kind of genius. It's like leaving it all in their hands, but still, you've got them hooked pretty hard subconsciously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when I was starting my business, I was thinking, you can kind of take that and apply it to anything, right? So like back to the Heidi Motors video about Brooks. So as soon as anyone steps onto the lot and they see Brooks, they feel like they already know him. Brooks told me that his sales have gone through the roof since the video went out, from people messaging him through Facebook, texting him, stepping onto the lot and seeing him. It's Indiana's a tourist trap. I think you're the first person in the history of the world to utter that sentence, that Indiana is a tourist
Indiana
trap.
is a tourist trap.
Hope you like corn. If that's the case, then yeah, hey, we got something for you, Pat. I kid. That's funny.
I got to call out my mom, by the way, who's the one that said hola. Thank you, Nina. I
Nina, what's
appreciate
going on? Nina, drop some sparks for us. Come on, Nina. Killing me.
And that's why I have viewers.
What? I have what?
Family.
Hey, that's what counts. Actually, hey, yeah. Go ahead and get the next question out. I don't want to do this in the middle of the interview, but I want to get some of my guys in here, too.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we just need another beer, because the next one is just the last question.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Pour it up.
Thank you.
Pour it up.
You want an IPA? You want the rough stuff?
I'm scared. I'm a little boy.
Let's do the porter.
Porter? I can do porters. Porter's no big deal.
Fox.
The only thing I really can't do is like IPAs. They're just too bitter. They're just too bitter for me. That's exactly it. Too bitter.
Hi, Ma. Thanks, poser. You're what a guy.
A gentleman and a scholar.
So this one's called The Fox and the Hound from 18th Street up in northern Indiana.
That's a great name. That's dark. It's like motor oil. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
I won't give you too much. I'm nervous myself. Let me see what this tastes like.
Have you not tried it? Great. The guy who's a connoisseur is giving it the. I mean,
it's good. Tell me if you like it. I'll pour some more if you want me to.
It smells burnt.
Interesting.
Chug it.
I'm trying to think what the flavors are. It is what it is.
You better have sparks. He said chug it. You better have sparks for me.
Can you hear that? Because, yes, it is raining. And I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear the raindrops on the top of the roof. Was it not good? From your perspective, not being a craft beer guy.
It's like kind of like Guinness, except with more flavor. I actually like it.
That's exactly the same style.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that one bit. Okay. Actually, I like that quite a bit. That's not bad at all.
Are you a Guinness fan?
Yeah, well...
Within reason?
I don't buy it for myself. If it's around, then you betcha.
I'll turn you guys down just a little bit just to make sure. I don't want to...
It's good ambient background noise.
Thank you.
This is the best ASMR channel on YouTube, really.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? That's what we're transitioning to.
I didn't even know what ASMR was till recently. Then everyone kept saying it.
And everyone's in the chat like, tap your fingernails on the microphone.
Alright.
Sounds soothing. You told me to chug it, and I did. Where are my sparks? Killing me. Yeah, lots of rain. It has been raining. The fog, dude, the fog. Fog came out of nowhere. It was awful. I'm getting around tonight. It's bad. It's gnarly out.
There you go.
It is gnarly out, to say the least. I'm going to get some more people here in the chat for us.
Sure. So really, I mean, the only last, written down question I had was, as far as your future plans, what do you see happening to Treeboy? Are you going to do more area-wise, spread to different counties? Are you thinking more focusing regionally? What are you thinking?
Yeah. It kind of goes back to me announcing things and then them crashing and burning. But thankfully, there's some stuff that's set in stone.
Don't announce anything you're not
exactly
good with.
There are some things that are set in stone. I've actually got a book coming out at the end of March.
What?
Yeah, I got a book coming out at the end of March. It's all about self-promotion, right? Okay. It's called Straight Outta Toxin.
Well, nice.
Yeah, because apparently you can take that and there's no copyright on it, which is pretty cool. You can even use the art and everything.
Whatever. Straight
Outta Toxin, yeah. It comes out end of March. Available on Amazon in both e-Kindle and paperback versions.
Nice.
So...
Nice. What you need to do is get your soothing voice.
There's an audiobook on Audible as well.
Is there?
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep. I've got the equipment for it anyway. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I, right? Why not cash in on that crowd? But, yeah, I think it's geared mostly towards young adults, teenagers, who struggle a lot with finding opportunities for themselves, because that was kind of the biggest hurdle for me. Was how do you get from point A to point B publicly and predominantly enough so that people will recognize you. Even if you fail, you still want to make an impact so that people notice, right? That's kind of the main premise behind it and how you can go about it, because it's stuff that they don't really teach you in school. And it's stuff that's becoming more and more prevalent in today's society. Everyone's much more about the brand than the product now, right? Even at a local level, like companies like Atwater and Fort Wayne, it's like their salesmen are not salesmen; they're brand ambassadors. And that's what they even call themselves. You join the military like I did. That's a hard pass. I've got fragile hips. Listen, poser. Hey, listen. I got fragile hips, doc. That ain't for me. You're much more badass than I am. I'll sit here and drink my motor oil.
Yep.
And shoot videos. That's the best I can do. But yeah, I got that coming out in March. Got a few interns hired. I'm moving to a new office that's in Bluffton. That's about as much as I'll say about it right now, because I could be moving in as early as next Monday, or I could be moving in as late as the end of March. I have no clue. It's kind of up in the air. But it's a really sweet gig in a brand new building, and it's a crazy amount of space. So,
do you plan on allowing public to come and approach within that
absolutely.
building, or is it just going to be a workspace?
Yep, absolutely. That's like ultimate goal, right? I want to create like a creative space in Wells County that people can come in and rent out rooms for an hour at a time. There'd be like a dedicated podcast room, a dedicated. I know like Board and Brush is really popular.
Yeah.
Much more physical art in a different room. You want to shoot videos, there'll be a huge green screen. If you want to sing and record yourself, they're going to have a booth set up for that. Because honestly, that's kind of inexpensive to start up. For a company, it's inexpensive to start up. But for people, that are just like locals, you can't afford like $10,000 in camera equipment to go out and shoot something that you just want to do with your friends, right? Yeah. And if you want to look like really professional, then you need to drop at least like $5,000 into it. And yeah, it's tough. But there are so many, I call them closeted creatives in this area, and they just don't have the platform to share what they make, and B, the equipment to really get it out there. So that's like ultimate like pipe dream way down the line goal. But the book's nice, the new office is nice. I am excited for that. Got some interns, so yeah, we're taking off. Hopefully by March, which is our end of March, start of April, which would be our 1-year anniversary, we'll have some really cool stuff out in the public for everyone to see.
That's cool. So what made you want to do the book? Was it just were you hearing a lot from people our age and younger that they were struggling with that?
Yeah, like I said, I worked with kids for a long time, and then still I do some volunteer work like Boys and Girls Club and stuff like that. And kids just, they don't know what the heck they want to do. They don't know how to go about doing it if they do have something like that. And they have their guidance counselors and stuff, but their guidance counselors just push them to go to college.
Yeah.
Right? Because the schools actually are graded on how many kids go from high school to some form of post-secondary education.
Yeah.
Right? And I've had conversations with tons of different superintendents in the area. They say that technical college is a huge focus, but the state of Indiana still wants them to push them towards more traditional four-year universities.
Yeah.
So it's a shame. I'm trying to make kids aware that there are other options out there and how to promote yourself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm trying to think of like any other kids our age that are writing books. It's just awesome. Kids. We're not kids anymore. I still
Isn't that a weird thing?
Kid.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. 100%. Well, when you have a small business, like, and you are like still big promotion hours. Hey, come on, big dog. What'd I say? Come on. Writing a book on self-promotion. Come on. Yeah, it's. I don't remember what the question was now. Shit, got me talking about myself.
Just about, now that you think about it.
You're killing me. Come on, man. Old poser punk over here.
Distracting us.
Distracting me. That's right. I like it. I like the audience interaction. This is a cool thing. I don't usually do live.
Yeah.
I usually, like I said, I hide behind like my computer and my editing software. So it's actually cool to see like audience interaction and stuff like that.
I just think it's awesome because, like, I don't know if you guys remember, Poser Punk and Cass is Alive was there, but like that first video, he distracts people.
I'm with you. Oh, yeah, I'm here for it.
We did the video, and I was kind of like rolling through the spiel almost as if it was a regular video. And you just got to change your focus that this live session isn't about this, it's about them enjoying this.
Right.
So, interacting with you guys and all that stuff, I think it's fun to do.
If I flash my nipple on camera, does that get us banned from Twitch?
Well, actually, yes.
If I throw my cat on stream, do I become an official Twitch streamer now?
I read about that.
I saw it. It was
so
crazy.
Stupid.
That shit was nuts. She just yeeted that cat right over her head.
Here, we'll do the last. We don't have to do too many
last?
more.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So how many we burned through already? I'm having a good time.
This guy here is a raspberry ale from Dark Horse Brewing in Marshall, Michigan.
But he says yeet. It's hilarious.
That's pretty funny. So how's family? I mean, as far as not like just how is family, but how are they? They supporting you? Are they happy to see you going through all this? I mean, that's got to be pretty awesome just to be the first one out there doing this kind of stuff.
It is
for Wells County at least.
Yeah, I'm the first quote unquote entrepreneur in my family. So like back to like some of the first struggles and stuff. There was no one I could lean on.
Yeah.
Right? There's no one I could go to for like a wellspring of information. So thankfully I found mentors in the area that saw my stuff and noticed me early and kind of plucked me out. I'm not listening to you anymore, pal. Listen. Last time you told me to chug it, I chugged it. And I didn't get a single damn spark. You hear me? I don't know what they are. But you better find out and give me a spark for this. No. Yeah, it can be tough. Family, whenever you're starting something new, and especially when you're starting something that's new to them.
Yeah.
Right? They're hesitant. That's YouTube. They don't use sparks. Give me YouTube sparks. If I knew how, I would.
Little asterisk signs. Come on.
Yeah, give me asterisks. Give me Logan Paul finding dead bodies in the woods. That's what I really want to see.
Dear Lord. So I'm curious who your inspirations were through all this, because like you said, you're the first one to do this in your family.
Yep.
You know, you're writing the book because you didn't feel an outside.
Yep.
You know, so who were your guiding lights through all this?
It's gonna sound super cheesy because it's so mainstream, and I haven't watched any of his stuff in probably a year.
You say Gary?
Gary? Who, Gary V?
Yeah.
No.
Oh!
I like Gary. I think some of the stuff that he says makes a lot of sense.
Correlations with your video with his, but go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, actually, when I was first starting out, I actually did like Gary a lot. That was it was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
But he kind of just regurgitates the same stuff over and over again. So it's, when you hear it for the first time, it's like, this is revolutionary. This is great. And then he just keeps talking about the same thing.
He figured out his brand.
Yeah, and that's his thing, whatever, cool. Hey, good for him. And he's not wrong. Like, a lot of the stuff that he talks about is stuff that I talk about, right? Where it's not necessarily about the product, it's about the people, right? And hey, I'm cool with that. That's all me. But in terms of actually like film and how I approach that, it's gonna sound so basic. Probably Casey Neistat.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love Casey. Well, I used to love Casey Neistat. I haven't seen his stuff in forever, but
no, he still comes out with good stuff. Because he moved from
New
York to Los Angeles.
He moved out of New York?
Yeah.
He was obsessed with New York.
Yep, he he still owns the studio, his traditional studio space, but it used to be 2 apartments that were like merged into one. And he put up a wall, so now it's just one, and now his forehead is like huge though.
Listen, poser. Who are you talking to? You talking to Casey, or you talking to me?
I think he's talking about Casey.
Good, because I never got that one before. I get the ears all the time, but maybe not the.
No, he was talking about Casey Neistat, because I can. See
he is one ugly dude. Yeah, he's. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, but if anything, that's even a more.
It's more impressive
testament.
How famous he is. Yeah.
Because he's so ugly, right? It looks like someone clubbed him in the head with a rock. Like, he is that ugly. But hey, whatever. I mean, he's still super successful. He gets to do all these crazy things because he's a hustler, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I've always appreciated. I like people who hustle. I like people who find creative ways to solve life's more intricate problems instead of fitting in the box. They kind of go outside of it. Even like Gary V. Gary V is like, all right, they've been doing it this way. Casey, my guy. Like Gary's like, okay, everyone's doing marketing this way. Let's try doing it this way. Mm-hmm. The problem in my mind, it's like he didn't really have a whole lot of skin in the game. He didn't have a whole lot to lose because it was his dad's company anyway.
Yeah.
So even if he crashed and burned, it's not like he would have lost anything. But whatever. Yeah. So I guess Casey, Gary V. Oh, and there's an incredible studio in Fort Wayne. I really shouldn't be giving competition promotion, but I don't care. I saw a lot of their stuff, and it inspired me to do it locally. And then I'll shout out a buddy of mine who does something in Fort Wayne that I really want to shout out as well. Loft House Studios in Fort Wayne. They're killer. Have you seen any of their stuff before?
Hopefully I'll have something in the works here soon. But
With Loft House?
yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
But
That'd be awesome. Yeah, the Vogelweeds are really, really talented dudes.
yeah, for
And
sure.
Blade Creative, Kyle Moran.
Blake Creatives is like they right next door to each other, aren't they?
I think Kyle's actually in the same office with them now. Yeah. I've met with Kyle a couple different times. Super awesome guy, cancer survivor, really young, single dad, just a hustler, absolute hustler. And he's consistent, right?
Yeah. Well, and my main appeal was that they do a lot with craft alcohol too.
Yeah, they do.
Like
I
Kiki
think
Younger
yeah,
Cider
yeah,
Company.
yeah.
They did some stuff
They
with
did a great ad with Kiki Younger.
Hotel Tango Distillery down in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of good stuff. So
The difference between me and them is that for like they recently signed a deal with a huge player, right?
Yeah.
And it's still somewhat of a local player. I won't get too far into it, but it's like a $70,000 video deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out here flipping videos for like $1,200, $1,500, right? And I'm noticing the quality in their video compared to the quality in my video. And it's just cool to have someone that's like further ahead of you that you can like chase and try to get better and better so that you can try and be up to that level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they've got like tons of different people that work for them, so they have different cameramen and stuff that work for them. They have like a Red, which is like a $50,000 camera. And I'm shooting on like a $1,200, $2,500 camera. But yeah, they're ridiculously talented, and they take that kind of storytelling approach as opposed to the typical ad. So yeah, I definitely look up to them. And then a really close friend of mine who is much more of a YouTuber than a commercial project sort of guy, Oleg Kovalev. That's my guy, Oleg.
Say that again?
Oleg Kovalev.
Okay.
That's how you say it. Oleg. Actually, you say Oleg. He actually was a salesman with me when I was selling water.
Okay.
And Oleg is 6'8", I think, or 6'7".
Yeah.
Big Ukrainian guy. And he played basketball at IPFW and played for like a junior Ukrainian basketball team, like national basketball team. And he is such a talented video creator. But he's still so small because he doesn't really know how to promote himself in the right way.
Yeah.
But the stuff that he makes is so incredible. And yeah, I definitely look up to him as well. Definitely. Dude's a dog.
Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of good people up in Fort Wayne doing good things. And
absolutely. That's why I stay the fuck out of Fort Wayne. That's why I stay out of Fort Wayne.
Not even from a video production perspective, just like everything. Fort Wayne is really trying to make its mark in the Midwest.
Right.
Like, you know, they're modeling themselves after Grand Rapids, but they're going above and beyond that. It's Fort Wayne's doing some good things. I think you'll see some good stuff in the future out of them.
Yeah, I hope so. Absolutely.
So I think this is a good opportunity to transition in the news a little bit. What do you think?
I can barely wait because I'm not going to know anything about what we're talking about.
That's all right. So I'm trying. Before this all goes down, I'm trying something new today, guys. So I didn't print out my normal Manila folder of news.
Manila folder.
Patent pending.
Manila. News. News.
And
you need a graphic, dog.
I need a graphic and the soundbite where we all like look at the camera.
You need like an After Effects thing that you can cue right here and just be like breaking
that.
news.
Oh, OBS. But so
it's like super easy to find on Adobe stock. Seriously, you need like a breaking news, like throw it up there, no problem.
So I'm gonna try and do a screen share, and it's just gonna be kind of jank.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize, and then you guys let me know if it doesn't work right because I'll be keeping tabs. But anyways, so. And if you see any credit card numbers or anything weird, just ignore that.
Screenshot it. Send it to me. I need this.
Anyways, so one of the first pieces of news is that Molson Coors Beverage Company acquired another craft beer brewery. So not much news here other than a craft beer brewery going down, Molson Coors getting bigger, which isn't really news at this point. Come on, guys. This one's from Brewdog, tops 50,000 barrels in 2019. That's just cool news for Brewdog. They're out of Indianapolis. Yeah, they what they say, increased nearly 46% to 53,000 barrels. So that's great news for them. Yeah, and they even opened up an alcoholic-free line, alcohol-free, like an O'Doyle's type of thing.
You would know. Do those actually sell well?
I don't know. I don't know because none of my craft guys are interested in that. Like, why would you?
I don't get the point, frankly, but whatever.
Heineken released one here recently, and then a couple other seltzer brands released non-alcohol beverages.
I could see it on the seltzer side because if you take the booze out of seltzer, you have a nice crisp soda or sparkling water, right?
Yeah.
You have LaCroix. That's what you have. You have LaCroix.
Yeah.
If you take the booze out of it, you have LaCroix.
Yeah.
I can see that, but on the beer side, it's like I can't wait to drink weird moldy water.
Yeah.
Go lick my shoe.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys let me know if you're interested in non-alcoholic beer. I mean, I understand the market, right? There's someone out there who can't have alcohol and they want the taste of alcohol. I get it. But is that, like, worth opening up a product line? Like, is there enough people in that niche to open a line? I don't know. So I don't really know this brand too much. Ska Brewing, Ska,
like ska rock?
Brewing, Ska, bro.
Never talking.
I probably shouldn't even be talking about them because I know nothing about them. But they're out of Colorado, and they opened up a hard seltzer line, which seems to be what everyone is doing. Yeah. So I thought this story was cool, and so this would be kind of the staple of the night. Dixie Beer Company. Maybe just make sure that everyone's still cool.
Is everything on fire? Where's my O'Doyle's?
Where's my...
I don't know how to switch to my YouTube account.
Who's that? Is that your wife? How about
Kirsten.
a Coors Light review?
I don't know how to switch to my own. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my goodness.
Whatever. So Dixie Beer Company. And no, we're not doing a Coors Light beer review, Dad. Sorry. They were demolished during Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, this brewery was?
This brewery was.
Okay.
They ended up moving production to Wisconsin. Cool. And then Memphis, Tennessee.
Cool.
And then someone bought a huge stake here recently and said we're moving back to Louisiana.
Oh, the Bensons. Yeah, that's a huge family in the sports world.
Yep. Who owned the NFL New Orleans Saints, NBA New Orleans, blah, blah, blah. And so they have officially opened their doors back up in their original area. I don't know if it's the original building.
That's incredible.
Doesn't matter at this point. But it's a really cool story because, I mean, how many years has it been since Katrina and they finally get back home? So that's cool for them.
Absolutely. I wonder what the competition scene looks like down in New Orleans compared to, like obviously Denver's going to have, like, a microbrew every... like 10 of them on every block.
They do.
In New Orleans, is it crazy?
Oh, in New Orleans? I think the spirit scene is pretty big down there.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like quote-unquote moonshiners.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha.
But, so this one is about craft brewery companies making a comeback in the advertising scene. So I don't know if you guys, watch the Super Bowl at all, but I'm sure you'll see a lot of Budweiser commercials. You'll see a lot of Bud Light commercials.
Right. And
that's Anheuser-Busch just dominating the market with all that money. All that Bud Light money, man.
Absolutely.
So,
I think I saw beer sales. You should have done a bit on, did you do a bit on highest selling beers of 2019?
No.
Dude. There were some shockers in there.
Was there?
Shockers. Bud Ice cracked the top 20.
What?
Bud Ice.
That's insane.
They don't even sell that here.
I don't.
Bud Ice. Yeah, and Bud Light was in first place by like a margin of over like 100%.
Yeah.
Over Miller, I think, was in second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry. It shocked me. Some of the stuff that was on there.
I'll make a note of that to review for next. In the next week's news segment, we'll just talk about Who
I think there really are some shockers on there. Some shockers.
We'll check that out, man. Hopefully, maybe some craft got in there somewhere. Probably not.
I can't remember. But it is kind of cool to see like Busch Light. Like I don't like Busch Light at all.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see like a huge spike in Busch Light sales. Like they skyrocketed up in the charts because their marketing strategies have been so smart recently.
Yeah.
By like rebranding themselves every now and then as Busch Latte and doing like camouflage cans and stuff.
They've
like
been
that.
kind of
they've been smart with it,
alluding to the craft market by saying, like, hey, because that crap blows up.
Oh yeah.
In the craft, like the beer groups on Facebook and stuff. Mm-hmm. Anytime Busch Light does anything, Busch Latte, or they do something other weird slight off-brand thing, it just blows up and everyone's all over it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, PBR released a coffee beer recently, and that blew up.
Oh, yeah. PBR is like another perfect example of like a beer that's been around for forever, and it's like let's start appealing more towards like the millennial hipsters.
Yeah,
and it's like boom, skyrocket, absolutely.
So, anyways, we'll finish this out real quick. So craft beer is starting to get into the advertising game. It's more through slots. So, for instance, it's conglomerates or organizations working together on behalf of craft brewers. But we're getting into that game, so that's kind of cool to see. Last one being more of a whiskey-related news from whiskey.com. Buffalo Trace Distillery, which is a major player in the whiskey game, saw a visitor record in 2019. And to me, that says whiskey is making huge strides, which is also awesome to see. So that was kind of a thanks, Dad. Shut up.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. How about a Coors Light review?
That's what he said. Yeah,
that's what we like to see. Come on, Lon. You're with me. I like it.
But so yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Was that the show?
That was the end of the news segment.
That's easy. Oh, that's the end of the news segment.
Yeah. No, we're still going live.
We're still going live.
Review Corona. You guys let me know what reviews you want to see. So what do we say? Coors Light, Corona,
O'Doul's,
and O'Doul's.
No.
Maybe I'll have those three in the next.
Four Loko.
Because you mentioned that before coming in. Are you a fan of Four Loko?
No one's a fan of Four Loko. What?
I've only had Four Loko once, and I don't remember the night.
Oh yeah, no one does. It's blackout juice. That's what that is.
Is that what it's called in the college world?
It is gnarly. Yeah, Four Loko, for those who aren't up to taste on their garbage. Four Loko, Rolling Rock. Yeah, Rolling Rock's a good one too. Gosh, I hadn't even thought about Rolling Rock. Oh, have you been to Wisconsin before?
Once or twice.
Okay. Spotted Cow. Are you a Spotted Cow fan?
Yeah, I love that brew. What's it called? I'm blanking right now.
New Glarus.
There you go.
Yep. We lived in Wisconsin. Chug a Four Loko. That ain't happening, dog. You have to come over here and pick me up off this table if I chug a Four Loko. That ain't happening. The good old days. Shotgun a Four Loko. Coward.
No one had good days on Four Loko.
Oh yeah, yeah. We lived in Wisconsin for a few years, and New Glarus is like king up there. So, and weirdly, Rolling Rock is like king up there too. Like it's more
Wisconsin.
Yeah, like it's almost more common to see people drinking like a Spotted Cow or a Rolling Rock than even like a IPA? Miller. Oh, gosh.
Which one do you want, IPA or blueberry maple stout?
Look at that. Oh, it's not in focus, but
not,
it doesn't matter.
It's not an auto.
Oh, it's not autofocus? That's probably for the best. Well, you should understand this one. This one is the blueberry maple stout, right? I tried this one recently. I wasn't a huge fan. I made my wife drink it. But what's this one? This is an IPA?
Yep, just a normal IPA.
Is it going to be scary?
I don't know.
You haven't tried it? No. Is it scary? Hello, grown man to another grown man. Is it scary?
What were we talking about? I forget.
Talking about Four Locos. I love how my Four Loko comment was like the comment of the night. Everyone's exploding over Four Locos right now. Yep. Oh, this is a craft beer show. What happened?
Well, it is.
I would consider Four Loko a
people come for the conversation and stay for
huge in Hawaii. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. It's huge in Hawaii. Heineken, just catch that?
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. It's pretty tame. I mean, maybe my palate's wrecked from those guys, but it's pretty tame for IPA.
It's pretty tame. Okay, well, you're a pro. Thankfully, there's like a lot of like fruity residue in this cup, which is a strange thing to say.
What'd you think of that raspberry ale? It was
delicious.
Super,
I thought it was good.
Yeah. Same thing.
I mean, it's like a raspberry beer. I kind of expect that. Ever drank Bailey's from a shoe? That's called a Thursday in the Kumfer household, my friend. That's nothing. That is nothing. Don't worry about it.
Do you understand the reference?
No, I have no clue what's happening.
What?
No.
Come on, Seth. You know what it is. What is it?
What is it?
I'm old Greg.
Do you know the reference, bud?
I'm old Greg. What is that? Oh, it's a YouTube video that was a hit back in high school.
No,
I get that reference. Thank you, Poser Punk.
The only same thing in Guam. That's interesting. I wonder why. Huh? But yeah, the only like YouTube stuff I remember from high school is like Tourette's guy.
I don't remember Tourette's guy.
You don't remember Tourette's guy? Oh, come on, man.
Old Greg. There you go.
Can I get a Tourette's guy in the chat, please?
Can we get a down here?
Get some Tourette's guy RIP in the chat. This is... Hello. I wonder if that's a fan.
Probably.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, when you're famous, you know, you can expect these
Hopefully no one knows this place.
Yeah, well, hey, you're getting doxxed already, bud.
I know.
Here's the address. No.
Big fan
hours. That's what I like to see. Oh, man. Oh. This one's tough. This one.
Did you pour the rest of it? Holy moly, sir.
I did, didn't I? Yep, I did. Oh, boy. This one smells like shoe leather. Oh.
That one might be a slammer unless you... Maybe you don't want to drive home tonight. I don't know.
Not slamming, I'll tell you that. Not slamming.
We'll save this one for later. What is the ABV on this?
This one smells like John McCain's tumor. This one's disgusting.
What?
This one's tough. Is it cheaper to export non-alcoholic beer? Man, that's what... Huh. Well, maybe they have some sort of partnership. Chug it. Where are my sparks? I need sparks.
Hello, Danielle. And, well, I would assume from, like, a tax perspective, if it doesn't have alcohol in it, it wouldn't be beer. Or it wouldn't be alcohol.
It's pretty tame. That's my set. It's pretty tame.
Is it?
Yeah. Still
Pour
smells.
out if you want to.
Still smells.
Or
Still smells horrendous.
Hey, for the homies. Just pour it.
Pour in the room, just right on the carpet.
No, well, let's save it later.
I can't donate bits, but I would if you chug it. I can't, but I would if you chug it. That's hilarious. Would you subscribe? Can you subscribe?
On Twitch? Poser Punk's already a follower. He's one of our first followers.
Is he like a Twitch Prime sub?
That doesn't become available to me until I become a tier member.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, streaming services are not really my realm. I like to hide behind my editing software.
Doing videos for other people, not...
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I used to do videos for myself all the time, but you can only do that for so long.
I still remember your cell phone video that
Please
you did.
don't.
No?
Please don't.
Then we don't. Okay, we won't talk about that.
just like which one? And don't let them know.
I think there was a GoFundMe involved.
Oh, that one's tough. That one's tough. Like I said, spectacular failures. That was one of them.
You think so?
Tough. Yeah, and I tried really hard on that one.
Did you?
That's actually the reason why I bought my very first camera, was because of that. But the rest of the night I'll donate.
If you chug.
Chug. Rest of the night I'll donate.
It's very small. But isn't, like, Listerine has a small thing of alcohol, doesn't it? Or...
I'm sure there's like a threshold that they go by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video I made with the GoFundMe attached to it, that was like one of the first things I did. Shot on a cell phone. And it became so popular, I got like 10,000 views on Facebook, which is, pretty cool for Facebook. When
That's
you have
cool.
No audience. Yeah, I was like, I'm hot shit now. And like a couple newspapers locally wrote about me, like the Sentinel in Fort Wayne and a few other, Decatur and Huntington, I think. I was like, I'm hot shit now.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought like a $1,400 camera. I was like, well, this GoFundMe will cover that. No problem. Wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. GoFundMe kind of crashed and burned. But the worst part about it was I still wanted to make it happen.
Yeah.
But all the people in that town, it's such an old town and it kind of died out that there was like no one to interview. There was like no one there.
Yeah.
So I tried to go interview people that were around during its heyday. Everyone's either moved out or dead, or it's seriously, it's kind of messed up. So it sucked.
Well, the whole purpose of that campaign wasn't to like kind of revitalize Toxin in your hometown.
Yeah, well, I wanted to just kind of shine a light on what it was historically to try and then generate interest into what it can be in the future. Right.
Yeah.
It didn't shake out.
Yeah. That's
still like farther down the road. That'd be like a cool thing to come back to, but
just for
that's
nostalgia's history sake.
That's still like not even in my top 5 list of things I need to do.
No, I get you. There's definitely a
way other things that are going on. About 50,000 views on my old YouTube account. It's crazy on YouTube. Like you can make like one video, and my buddy Oleg, for example, he has like a bunch of videos that are like a few hundred views. Then one where it's like 400,000 views, and that video is like camera hacks. Like, how can you do this to be more proficient when you're on a shoot, right? So it's all about providing value and then getting insanely lucky.
It's some mysterious juju juice, man. No one knows what, like, it's a mixture of YouTube's algorithm, virality, what the content is, and you just keep putting stuff out there until something clicks.
I got it down on Facebook, but YouTube's nasty.
Facebook is not easier per se, but it
changes all the time. That's the problem.
Well, the algorithm does.
Yeah.
But like it's almost predictable. You get more likes, shares. Facebook likes it better.
Well, yeah.
So if you
that's obviously like the number one thing, right?
Yeah.
But how do you get to that point
where likes and shares are happening?
Right. Because the most important thing they have to do is appear on top of people's news feeds, right? The likes and shares will come, but you still have to appear. So it's all about what time you post it, what day you post it, how long the video is. If you front load the start of the video with some of the best shots in the entire video, because average audience retention rate, they're all out within 5 to 15 seconds.
There's a reason 3-second view is a metric on Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game, man. It's a game. I mean, it changes all the time, which is a bitch, but it is what it is.
To address Lonnie's question on why is it called craft beer, I couldn't actually tell you other than to speculate, and the speculation would say that it's someone making an art for themselves. They're pouring, they have a beer as their canvas, and they're trying to paint what they can. And there's all kinds of different stuff that they're trying to do.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
I'm good with one-liners. If you need one-liners, I'm the guy.
Hold on. I got a copywriter here now. Oh, my goodness.
But just the idea that, beer is what they're trying to make, but everything up to that point is an art. So it's their craft. Exactly. They're an artisan making beer.
That's what I remember when this was first exploding on the scene. I remember they weren't referred to as craft brewers. They were I think they were referred to as artisanal brews or artisanal.
I remember that very vaguely.
Yeah, and that kind of trickled down into other things. I've even heard of artisanal grilled cheese. It's super weird, tiny little things that people pour a lot of effort into, and then most importantly, it's outside the box, right?
Yeah.
That. Yeah, going back to everything, that's outside the box. I think that's why it has such a special classification as opposed to, basic domestic Coors Light.
And it's all just it's just a cyclical thing. Now craft beer is coming mainstream, and who knows? Who knows what's next?
Artisanal cereal.
There you go.
Artisanal cereal. I'm gonna tear up some cardboard and throw it in a bowl of milk, and congratulations. That box of cereal is now worth $400. It's artisanal.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it for the night, my friend.
Absolutely. Well, hey, it's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
They couldn't see it because of the mic.
It was
big. mic in the front there. Where do you draw the line, though? On artisanal?
Cereal. Artisanal cereal.
I just start on artisanal things. I don't know. I mean... But yes. You have a good night, guys. I appreciate you watching. As always, we'll be on every Friday, 8 p.m. I'm not sure who's going to be on next week, but either way, it'll be a good time. We'll be drinking. You can join in if you want to. So, appreciate Quinn. Treeboy Productions. If you're in the area or not in the area and you need some video work done, definitely check them out. Any plug you want to do?
Yeah, buy my book.
I like it.
At the end of March. If you feel like you're kind of in a rut, or you know someone that's in a rut, feel free to gift it to them. Hopefully you can learn a little bit about best practices to get yourself out there and learn a little bit about yourself as well. And if you like the simplistic hat, it's on sale, treeboyproductions.com. Check out my videos, share them with your friends, especially if they're business owners. Thanks.
All right. See you guys. And...